Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive content for groups such as Twice, 17, Red Velvet, Blackpink, NCT, Super M, SHINee, AT, Stray Kids, and so much more, along with K-dramas, concerts, and other variety shows. Hey guys, Angie here. Today we have MBTI Extreme Introverts Part-Time Job at the Food Corner featuring ENHYPEN, J and SUNGHOON, Work Idol with Shua. Jay and SUNGHOON are related to my biases, so this is perfect. And we have Shua here, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's interesting to think of. I believe Jay is an introvert. Like, I'm not saying that's not true, but the way they're wording extreme introverts and knowing how in general, but like in K-pop specifically, like they speak of introverts as if they're shy people. Like, they'll usually describe it that way, which is incorrect. So the title makes it probably seem like Jay and SUNGHOON are extremely shy, but Jay's definitely not. I feel like Jay is just an introvert, but not like a shy introvert. SUNGHOON to me is a shy introvert. He's overcome his shyness a lot, but like he's to this day like pretty shy. Like, I'd describe him as shy. Jay is not shy at all. I don't think I've ever seen Jay shy. So I'm wondering what they're gonna mean by that, because if anything, the first time I've ever saw Jay was on Island, and the way he even walked into Island, he was not nervous to like talk to people and stuff. I think the only person who was nervous to talk to was it Heesung? Was he the one who was like, oh, Heesung's like, I look up to him a lot or something, and he said hi to him, but like he even said hi to him, like, so he wasn't shy enough to not speak to him. So I'm just curious, because I know in K-pop they always talk about, oh, I'm an introvert and then I'm an extrovert when I get to know people. I'm like, that's not how that works. You're either an introvert or you're an extrovert. 90% of people are shy when they first meet somebody, or like nervous. That's not an introvert-extrovert thing. That's just like a normal thing. Like, usually just like a little bit of shyness. But we'll see. So let's hop into the video. We're done. This is what I've been wanting. I've been wanting to see idols work at like a store or something. I feel like it's usually a restaurant, cafe, things like that. I feel like in Korea I don't usually see young people working at the cashier. It always looks like he's only 30 and older. This is like my dream here. These two together. She was perfect for emceeing. She is not shy. She's older, right? She's older and she's their senior. This is interesting. 어떡해. I'm like, why do the uniforms have to always be so ugly? 손님들이 많이 오시잖아요. 그러니 인사를 하는 게 굉장히 중요해요. 맞이 인사는 우선 안녕하십니까 고객님 이렇게 하시면 되거든요. 안녕하십니까 고객님. 이렇게밖에 없어요. See, like in America, if there's someone greeting me, I just hate it. It just feels so intimidating. I'm like, oh, I know. It's because in my mind I'm like, I know these people don't want to greet me, and it's just their job, so it feels insincere. And then like, I don't care about them. Like, I just came here to get some like eggs or something. So it always just feels like forced on both ends. I think that'd be cool. Like, I know it. Like that's actually, like, if you greet them casually, I feel like that would have less professionalism, which is more comforting. But I know in Korea that's different. Like, if someone, I know it's not the same thing, but like if someone ever called me like ma'am or something, I would think, oh, we have to be like, you have to like be professional here. But if someone was like, hi, I'd be like, oh, so you're friendly. that like the man would feel cold. Also, it'd make me feel old. It's so weird when like clearly older people call you ma'am just because you work somewhere. Oh, he's shy. Oh, it's still food. I wanted them to be at the cash register. It's so interesting. They're so quick to have like younger people cooking. Because in America, like, they try so hard not to. Oh. Yeah, that was chocolate from it too.
경력지가 아니신가요? 썰어서. 아이들 좋아하세요? 노래 맨날 듣고 있어요. 진짜요? 그래서 부끄러운가 봐요. 처음에 그 데뷔하실 때부터 자주 봤거든요. 제 누구예요? 제 누구예요? 바로 옆에 계신데.
Cute. He's like, it was Sujin before she left.
사이분을 아세요? 네. 아직 모르시죠? 괜찮아요. 이제 알면 돼요.
No, Jay. Jay looks so hurt. Sunghoo's playing into it more, which is interesting. I thought Jay would. See, yeah, like, I feel like he is shy, but like he kind of just turns into like MC mode, and he'll like talk significantly different. Like the way he's talking here is like his like on character, versus like N o'clock or something where he just kind of talks a bit differently. Like the way he's speaking. Look at them so politely, like with their hands.
거품이 나는데 이제 그거 보고 확인하시면 됩니다. MBTI 뭐예요? ISTJ요. INTP. 나 벌써 퇴근해야 돼. 우리 T. 혹시 뭘까 난 좀 여기. 우리 T들. 튀길 것 같고. 아니, 다 돼. 무서워하지 마. 할 수 있어.
Jay's face. Oh, is this KFC? Because I know they have KFC in Korea. I think it is KFC. Never mind, it's Lotte Mart chicken. They said adults only. Oh no. It's gonna be nasty stuff. Ew. Oh, we have the same knives where I work. They suck. Jay knows how to cook though. This is actually good for him. Oh, I'm so scared. That would be me. He's so sweet. He tried his best. He tried to save her.
치고 엄청 잘하네. 슈아 씨는 좀 까먹었네요.
He's like, that's a whole meal.
나 이번 진짜 잘할 것 같아.
This is the least I've ever heard them speak.
요리할 때는
어떡해, 예능해야지.
높게 나오고.
That laugh was so fake. I love this man. He's like, not because he's being shady to her. It's like he is focused. He's like, this is my specialty. I sing and I cook.
어떡해, 예능해야지.
I've never heard him laugh like that.
높게 나오고.
나 뭔가 죽였어. 너 뭐 했어? 너 뭐 했냐고.
내가 안 했어. 내가 안 했어.
Oh no, Jay! I'm cringing so hard. Jay, no! I'm like literally someone in this moment. He tried.
요리하다 제품 시식할 거거든요. 저희 요리하다 브랜드 알고 계세요? 알죠. 집에 많아요. 진짜요?
그래야 알죠.
롯데마트 자체 브랜드인데 이제 롯데마트 내 셰프님이랑 MD님들이 같이 협업을 해서 만든 브랜드가 바로 요리하다예요. 근데 진짜 싸다. 되게 저렴한데 맛도 굉장히 좋아요.
Those are such tiny little dumplings.
맛있는 만두 만들게요.
만두.
먹으세요.
맛있겠다. 너는 요리를 하고 내가 뭐랄까 목에 놀고 있을게. 뭐라고?
안녕하세요.
Just look like your pretty self. You'll gather people.
안녕하세요. 자, 몸만
Even with these ugly outfits.
먹고 있는 거 같지? 분발해야 돼. 줄 서서 먹는 대한국. 줄
Aww.
서서 먹는 대한 곱창입니다.
열심히
Me.
한번 드셔보고 가실래요? 저 한번 드셔보실래요? 혹시 곱창 좋아하세요?
Oh, see, it's like so hard because it's like, I hate these people. It's like when you're at the mall and there's like those people who are like, I like your shoes, and you're like, thanks. No, you want to try this thing? I'm like, oh fuck, I should have said thanks. It like makes you have to be rude to people. Like I just purposely like grab my phone. I'm like, walking by, just speed up. So I can't blame the people ignoring him. It's always the older people who stop.
뭐야? 왜? 여기 보세요. 우리 예쁜 언니 안녕하세요.
But it's like the same person who walked by. Oh, see? They were like, oh, he's cute. She's like, we just wanted to see you.
오, 너무 맛있는데요? 고기도 꽉 차 있어요. 육지도 장난 아니에요.
See, she's so talkative, I wouldn't stop because I would be afraid we'd have to converse. Versus SUNGHOON, he's more mellow, so you know he wouldn't talk as much.
안 좋아하시나요?
안 좋아할 것 같아요.
곱창 안 좋아해? 진짜?
만두 더 좋아하는데.
식감이
우리
진짜.
예쁜 애기 무만두 너무 맛있지? 어머니 너무 잘생겼어요.
잘가. 안녕.
시식해줄 수 있어요?
Super, I do like dumplings more, so I'd get the dumplings.
물만두보다 이게 더 맛있어.
아니걸요. 시식해줄까? 좋아요.
뺏겼다. 에이.
She got some Cheetos, she has taste.
드디어 우리 점심시간 왔어요.
She had 2 things of Cheetos too.
잘 먹겠습니다.
이거 CP가 포함되어 있어요?
I know this couldn't happen, but it'd be cool to see different idols running like a store. Similar to when idols do like the temporary like cafe thing, but like make it an actual project. And to add even better, like maybe do it for like some fundraiser. Because like a store would require, like it'd be kind of cool, like a store that's like permanent, where when idols aren't promoting, they can work there. And idols running a K-pop store, that could be dangerous. But imagine you can, oh my god, I'm a genius. A store where they will sell albums all year, but when your team is promoting, you run the store for the week after to sell the albums. So your promotions are done, because usually promotions are like a week or two. So whenever you're done performing, like doing the like performance promotion time, you know what I'm talking about. You then work at the store to continue the promotion. So you're not physically draining yourselves by like doing another week of high-end performances, but you can still promote and be like, hey, you have a chance to meet these idols at this place, and have them running the store. And then because there's so many comebacks all the time, like every week there's at least one comeback, the store can always be run. And then maybe like the times, like especially like in December when there's not like a lot of promotions and stuff, and you know their idols are very busy during that time, we can just have like regular workers working there. But like literally have them working, like they could do like stocking the shelves, running the cash register, and then swap in and out to do the meet and greets. I think I'm a genius, and I think y'all are sleeping on it. Like, come on now, K-pop industry, y'all are sleeping on my genius. Because it'll help promote, and then maybe you can even sell the albums for a little bit like more of a price during promotion week, and then that's how you profit. Like an album is usually like $25, make it like $35, or make it $30, because that $5 extra can go a long way. But like it's so cool to see idols doing like regular work, so it'd be kind of cool to just see them. But like when there's no, like that rare time when there's no promotions, you can have like different idols working at the same time. Wait, I wanna. That's true, that's true.
그리고 이제 나중에 다 같이 회의 때 이 영상을 이제 틀어놓겠지. 그 이런 얘기했냐고. 농담이야, 농담. 설마 진짜로. 설마 뭐 그러겠어요? 한국에서 아무 말도 안 했어요.
Wait. Okay, so if I had to like rewind because I didn't know if I understood correctly. They're saying, so like for example, Jungwon, he says something about like exams and not studying, something like that. Would they sit Jungwon down, show him that video and be like, this is what you did wrong? Interesting. I believe SUNGHOON. I believe SUNGHOON here. That always seemed fun to me. Let me know if you've done this stuff, because it's probably not fun, is it? It just sounds fun. Not for food. More like at like Target or something. Like it just sounds like it'd be kind of fun. Oh, they have seedless watermelon. Okay. I feel like I always see them with seeds in Korea. It's cantaloupe. Oh, what's the thing around them? That's like genius. Is it to keep the fruit staying good? I want to see him do the heart. Yeah. I feel like we're talking with him. Oh, they're a thing. What? That's crazy.
방금 먹은 게 이거예요? 감사합니다. 랍스터부터 당황했다. 안녕하세요. 아, 네, 저 랍스터 큼지막하고 가지고
Lobster.
통한 걸로 한 마리.
Wow.
아, 기다려. 와, 이거 처음에 떨리네. 아, 안 물어요.
He's like, you know what, you gotta actually do that work. I'm not helping. Did you get the heart? Nope. Never got the heart.
일당을 받아야죠.
Let's see this pay.
우선 제이님.
동전도 있어.
우선님. 진짜 고생하셨고.
저희가 도움이 됐는지 짐이 됐는지 모르겠지만
Probably not.
너무 많이 됐어요, 진짜.
하늘 벌레 있는데요? 네. 들어볼까요? 와, 생각했던 것보다 많아. 그러니까 훨씬 많아. 49,200원.
That's it? That's like $8. Right? That's like $8. Even if it was $9. Is that legal? I guess you have to account for like but isn't it expensive to live in Korea? I know like people say it's cheaper to live in Korea, but then I've heard it depends on where you live, and like I don't know, let me know. This seems questionable.
5시간 했어요, 저희?
Question the payment. Question the wage.
돈을 받아왔는데 옛날에 할머니한테 용돈 받는 거 이후에 처음이에요. 아, 진짜 세상에 진짜 힘든 직업이 한두 가지가 아니구나라는 걸 이제 모든 게 당연한 게 아니다. 우리가 편하게 그냥 누구 시켜가지고 돈 주고 하는 것들이 누군가가 엄청나게 고생을 하고.
그렇지. 우리 애기가 오 마이 갓.
그렇게 차이 안 날 것 같은데요? 그렇게 차이 안 날 것 같은데.
우리 어묵
2 years.
만족도가 있어요.
저는 저 같은 아이한테는 조금 어려운 직업이에요. 호객을 해야 되는데
I think it depends on where in the store you're working.
일정은 너무 힘들었어.
오늘 나 해도 돼. 우리 약간 PB예요, 이거. 우리 열일 하자. 너무 맛있어요. 너무.
I love they point out her pointing out it's a PBL.
Y2K 갈까요?
네, Y2K.
Y2K. 아머리 해야 돼요, 아머리? 우리 방에.
너를 볼 때마다 내게
I love they're actively trying not to look at her.
돈 들고 이제 갈래?
Like it was so actively like avoiding watching her do it.
눈웃음 왜 이렇게 예뻐요? 아, 눈웃음이요? 연습했어요?
무슨 연습을 해요?
저희가 연습
I was gonna point out she has a cute smile. Also, she reminds me of your mom.
그거 아니야.
할수 있어요?
Like a ball. They felt so shy though. Like, I feel like, are you someone who likes, like, I feel like when people are like very extroverted, it makes me, or like, I'm an extrovert who's also shy, and when people are very like outgoing, it makes me actually more uncomfortable. But I think some people like that. So are you someone who prefers when someone's very outgoing if you're like not outgoing, like if you're shy? We're not going to do the extrovert introvert thing. If you're shy, do you prefer when people are like overtly outgoing, or do you prefer when people are like just a little outgoing, or do you prefer someone who's also shy? I notice I usually prefer someone who's also shy because I think my shyness is like 80%, and if someone's like 90%, I feel like, okay, I can be the one who tries a bit more. Or rather, I think I like someone who just doesn't talk a lot, but isn't shy. Because whenever I would have to train people when I was working at at a buffet, if someone was too outgoing, I felt like they just never actually tried to like do the work, and also it made my shyness feel like I felt more inferior in like dang, I can't talk. But if they were like a little outgoing, I felt like that worked out decently well, but they would just still talk a lot. And I felt like when they just weren't shy, but they spoke a lot, or like they listened, I felt like that was always the perfect training. Because they just kind of listened to what I had to say, and then they would just do their stuff. Maybe it just depends on the work ethic more so than the shyness. But like, what do you think? Like I said, we need to do that K-pop store idea. But as I've seen idols go to K-pop stores during like promotions and like do like meet and greets and stuff, like Kian. But I think it'd be cool if they like run the store, and not for like a day, for like a week. Like, I think sometimes when they like Workdol, for example, the show, I feel like it doesn't really showcase part-time jobs because they're only there for one day. I think you really get a taste of it for like if you do it for a week, 5 days, you know, like a work week. I know that's not too possible. I think it could be possible, but like, because I feel like you have to feel the grind. Because the first day you're just kind of like feeling it out, and you don't really get to really see how it works. But I know it's just not gonna ever be a thing. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.